So nice. Hello, everybody. Violet, thank you so much for a tier 1 for 14 months. Nimbus, thank you so much for 19 months. Can you read my Discord message?
Well, would you look at this?
Let me go look right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I didn't know you need this. I will get this for you afterwards. Thanks for letting me know here, Mad Doc. So nice. Does bro remember me? Nimbus. Of course I remember you. Please. Liv, also, thank you so much. I was literally about to walk downstairs to eat dinner. I mean, you still can. I'm going to be streaming for a while. There's no need to stick around. No need to. Cladney looks so good on that, to be honest. Cladney was a really good choice. Honestly, I've been typing at it all day. I think I swapped back to the Cork just because I don't feel like disassembling it today, and I was busy lubing switches. It's a nice board, man. I've been enjoying it. It types nice. Like, it's comfy to type on. I will admit, though, the front height took like a minute to get adjusted to today, but it was nice. No, tomorrow at around 11 o'clock, I'll do the other one. I already spoke to Mike about that. I think it would just make more sense to do it tomorrow. So I think it'd be a little easier to do it then than to do it right now, or to do it today, because today felt a little rushed. Like, I also had other stuff I need to get done today, and then I also had to go out and grab stuff today for today's stream, actually, just because for whatever reason this particular package got moved around to like 4 different places. They did one of those things. It's one of those ridiculous things that sometimes the mail carrier does here, where it's, even though it's delivered to my P.O. box, which is not operated by me, by the way. Like, I don't operate the P.O. box. It's operated by someone else. They send a could not get to you notice to that P.O. box and then deliver it to another Canada Post in the area. But today was a funny one because they did, you guys are not going to believe me, but I promise you, it's true. They did could not deliver to my P.O. box, so they left a little slip. Then I went to the other place, and there was a could not deliver notice there, which led me to what's called a penguin pickup here, which is like where packages get dropped off to. So it's one of those things where it's just like super, super, super annoying, you know? All right, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this right now. Bought a cork pad to replace my original one and forgot what size, and now I have a tiny cork pad. Which one did you get, Burn? What happened? If you had to pick one spec, what do you think would go for, aluminum bottom or in plate? So I think I would go for the aluminum bottom, and then I would probably go with the aluminum plate. I think that would be the spec I probably end up going with. Actually, yeah, because that way there, at least if I want to, I can build like plateless. So I think that's probably like the best combination that I can think of. What happened to that cute little keyboard you showed at the start of yesterday's stream? Did you build it? No, not yet. It's actually sitting right here. I want to build it. I'm actually lubing switches for it right now. I have not built it yet. I soldered and I built my stacked acrylic board design today, and holy, does it sound nice with modded Milky Yellows and CF plate and a gummy O-ring? Dude, Milky Yellows. Actually, I have a question for you guys. Do you guys have preferences between Milky Yellows and the Milky Yellows with the black bottoms? I forget the name of the two of them. Like, do you guys have, like, preferences between the two? I have to do another batch order soon. So, oh yeah, I missed the part of stream yesterday. What conclusions did we come to? Of the key cult? I loved it. I think there are some things about the polycarbonate one that I wish were different. The only thing that, you know, is a real standout thing is I do wish there was threaded inserts. I did see George today mention that they couldn't do threaded inserts, which, again, just speaking out loud, I feel like if they knew they were going to create a polycarbonate top, then it should have been designed around that, but whatever. The criticism still stands, so, you know, I prefer milky housings over the black bottom, honestly, just nicer to my ears. Agree. No threaded inserts in a PC at what price? I forget the total price this comes. I mean, it depends. Depends on what you config this with, but it's around the $200 mark. Either way, Flick, hear me out. There's no... I mean this with love. There's no... For me, there's no, like, price point in which I expect something for threaded inserts on polycarb. I expect threaded inserts at any level.
Damn, half a year already is crazy. Wild to see how quickly a desk
I read the
bends
last
and
part
warps.
after. What the fuck? It's not going to warp. But I expect it at any price point because threaded inserts don't really cost anything to install. Like, they're pennies. So I have no, like, okay, it's $50, let this slide. If it's a new brand that maybe doesn't know, like, maybe, you know, I think that's a total different thing. But the only positive thing I'll say is because there's not a lot of stress happening to where the screws are being put into. You might not have to deal with any sort of stress cracks, but oh, did it drop slightly? No, it's correct. I just have the keyboard way up. The keyboard's like all the way up there. That's why you think it was drooped a little bit. Way too lucky. Yeah. I'll let it slide if it costs $1. Yeah, if it's like $2, $3 Canadian, you know. But yeah, how was your guys' day? I had a headache all day. I did not hydrate today at all. Like, I had 2 or 3 cups of water before, and now I'm having a sparkling water, which I don't know. Thought it was tasty, but I should have hydrated. I had like a bit of a headache today, and then I realized I'm like, man, I have not really had water at all. 8 inches of snow. That's honestly, I'm sick of the snow, man. Get me away from that shit. Working at a golf store now too, which has been awesome. Hell yeah, dude. Boards to golf clubs, that's my new money pit. Golf clubs can get expensive. The few times I've been to golf stores, I see the prices and I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But also, I get it. Has it been more collecting or has it been playing as well? Good day, but boring. Waiting on UPS as usual. I know that story. Got a new 3D printer coming in, pretty pumped. Hell yeah, Bubble Tea. Which one did you end up getting? Not that I know much about 3D printers, but I'm still curious about your journey. I was going over some CVs, cover letters, I guess, from people applying to work at my company, and I can't believe the state of the world. Guys with master's degrees are applying for 21 CAD an hour. Flick, the state of jobs here in Canada is... I mean, like, I don't know about the States, and I don't know about the rest of the world, but in like Montreal too, it's all of Canada from what I understand. It's tough. Like, we're at a position where, like, we're able to make everything work, but, like, the thing is, it's so fragile, and I know everyone's going through this. It's such at a fragile state where if something happens and slightly shifts, it doesn't work anymore. So, also, Skullhead, did you get my email? Thank you so much for the little gift you put inside there, and the stickers too. These were cute. Actually, I haven't even looked at the stickers yet. I just kind of peeked inside the bag. Well, we'll take a look now. To speak on that, I've seen so many people going back to school. Yeah, the school thing is pretty crazy too. Okay, this sticker is sick. This is sick. I love this. That is so cool. Obviously, this is the my favorite one so far. Tummy ache survivor. Believe it or not, I actually don't get too many tummy aches. This one here is cool. Little cactus. I like this one here too. That's like the colors. Oh, this one's nice. I like this one here a lot. Be present. These two are my favorite, I think. Goes like this in terms of rankings. These three are all tied. Should have sent it to Avo. Does Avo get a lot of tummy aches? Gilbert is fire. The colors are nice. Honestly, these are really nice quality stickers. God damn. Thanks for the build today. And photos. I can't forget about the pictures too. Okay, I kind of want to keep this one here on my desk because I kind of want to put that somewhere. Counts as the tier list for today? Yeah. Put Gilbert on your bumper, please. I don't have a car, So, but I promise if I do get one, I'll go there. The Sangeo is it a 60 or 65? I can't remember what we're building today. Hold on, let me look at the list. 65, dude. Sleeper board. This is a true sleeper board. Cars in Toronto don't make sense. I mean, they do to some degree, just probably not for me as much. Ooh, this is a interesting colorway. I like that. This board here, when this came out, I feel like I always say this about this board. This didn't get much in terms of like attention, and I feel like it should have gotten more. Great to stop back in and say hi. I'll be tuning in more frequently. Hopefully, I hope to see you too, Nimbus. Enjoy the rest of your day, man. Peace to you too. We got some stabs. What's this? Oh, is this foam? Foam. You didn't have to send this. I have foam. We have our switches and then PCB and stuff. Okay. How much does this thing cost? Is the Sangeo still out? I don't think it's available anymore. This is custom Cerakoted? Light sand is the colorway. This is really pretty. Look at this, guys. This is a really pretty colorway. A little dust, but such a fun board. It just has like the right curves everywhere. It's cool. Yeah, I feel like this is a bit of an older one. My show is on. What show? This is nice. I really like the color turned out really good on this. Who'd you use as a Cerakote, by the way? Oh, Marcia, you're too kind. If you guys haven't followed Marcia, which is a better show, you guys should definitely follow Marcia. All right. Let me quickly just check something here. And we're using the PP plate, which is this, I assume. So we'll open this up here in a moment. Okay. ID3, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Alex, why do you have to make this board so sexual, like right curves everywhere? It's because it is, man. You know, it's sometimes it's a different experience for different people. Oh, I will be having another set of switches go up on the website, probably in the next 2 days. I have no idea if people are going to be interested in this. Hear me out. These are really, really OG Duroc switches. And they came in, at the time they had 2 different color stems. There was a purple and a pink. And I ordered enough to kind of mix and match. There's no difference in material. But I was playing around with these today because I've had them for years. And I was like, dude, I wonder if anyone would be interested in this. So I'm lubing and filming them. And I was testing them out today. And I'm like, damn, these feel really good. Like, I remember OG Duroc switches being pretty damn good back in the day. So I'm going to get a batch. I only have like 70. So I'll get a batch of 70 done and I'll maybe list them. So OG Duroc switches can be good. Yeah, and they're kind of, I don't know if they're still available or maybe the molds have changed, but these are like 2021, I think, or 2022. So they're a bit older. I used Arizona Cerakote, a local Cerakoter in Arizona. He's been doing my boards for about a year now. Honestly, he did a good job, Skullhead. This is really nice. Damn. 2 weeks into the best builds of 2025. Are you talking about your own? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Vintage? Yeah. They're not good anymore. No, I haven't used Duroc switches since like back in the day. But yeah, these are older. I'll actually see if I can find my old receipt just to go along with it. But like I said, about 21, 22 is when I got those. Never hear Duroc talked about much. I think, like Lanes was saying, they sort of fell off. So, like in terms of what they made. Time to revisit my parents just to drop off a board to Cerakote. This looks gas. Are you going to get this color, Marcia? So this is a nice color. Is this a custom PP plate as well, Skullhead? I don't recall this having a PP plate option. I got sick of Duroc switch leaf tick. Luckily, like I said, these are really old OG ones, so like these are pretty damn good. I've only lubed about 35 so far. I don't know why I'm like really slow at lubing switches today. But yeah, they're really nice. I have a feeling whoever picks him up is going to be really happy. Professional streamer drops screws all over his desk. Good thing the desk is bent and it will collect all in the middle. And you can't even use that joke no more, man. Oh, that's why I'm going to have to look up my old receipt. I have no idea. It's been so long, and like I said, they were sitting in my cabinet. So, Duroc Linear 67 grams. I'm taking out the OG springs. I did not like the OG spring. I think originally I bought them because I liked the springs. Alright. Get the level. I actually don't have a big level like that. Custom plate. Only downside is you consider Arizona Cerakote. He doesn't do custom colors, just whatever. I mean, you know what? I'd rather have that. Like, that's fair to me. What am I doing? New PCB. Ultim plates yet? Who's even offering that right now? Also, guys, I was playing a quick round of Tarkov with Tim, and he's never going to let this go now. And I feel like this is just going to be the next, like, for the next year, Tim is just never going to let this go. But I did a quick round of Tarkov with him, and I was waiting in a room, and I didn't hear him say that he was in the hallway. So, as you guys can imagine, when he entered the door, I said, I think I see one, and I started shooting at him. And it was Tim, and then luckily I didn't kill him, but for the next half an hour that I spent with him, he just wouldn't let it go. So, I think this is just going to be the next thing that... It was really quick before stream. We were just like, hey, let's just quickly go do this. Like, you know, I'm going to go make dinner after this really quick. And then he just would not let it go after that, man. And I said, you know what? I got to go. See you later, man. Peace out, Tim. Let's be real. He probably deserved it. He says he called out, but I don't know if he did. Are we doing soldered or hot swap? I'm assuming solderable, right? Which one do you want to use, Skull? Yeah, Sumo, this is a custom Cerakote one. He shot the guy and went to loot him before you shot him. No, he was just in the hallway. Honestly, my head's been a little bit spinny today anyways, so he probably did say something, I just didn't hear. But like I said, it was a quick round we did, and then to be fair though, I don't think I could have played any longer than just one round. My head was... It's really good now because I ate and drank water, but... can you use the cat mint switch in the bag spacebar? Yeah, and then I'm also... Am I mil-maxing your spacebar? I can't remember. I may have a hard time mil-maxing this because this has been previously desoldered. So we're going to try our best here. Out of curiosity, was Permatex used before this? Like the more liquidy dielectric grease? Alex did the things human need and feel like a human again. Happy days. Yeah, I did feel like a human today again. Not sure if the board has tolerances for it, but if you think you can do it, I'm okay with that. Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure if we can. I just can't remember if we discussed it. I feel like everyone's been asking me lately to do Millimax Spacebars. Shark board? Dude, it is a nice board. Like, honestly, I'm excited. This has been this one here I was looking forward to. Have you done your laundry? I mean, like, today or something? No. But, I think my girlfriend did it for us, like, last week. Did you ever try purple cherry pies from R&D KBD? Which ones are those? Damn, dude. The switches are still getting hella confusing for me. I've never tried those switches. Hell, I don't even know what those switches are. Let me just quickly see what we're doing here. We're doing a 6.25U full backspace and stepped caps. So I need 4 stabs. Okay. Alex, would you recommend plate or plateless for Key Cold Zero? Way too lucky. I feel like I need to build it plateless to give you a better answer there. So I feel like, can you ask me that exact same question tomorrow? I feel like I don't know the answer to that yet. Alex giving big old laundry vibes today. I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you guys. Yeah, there's a bit of a pile. It's mostly sweaters. I do this thing where I put on sweaters. I don't know if you guys are like this too. I'll wear sweaters like crazy. Like I'll keep them in a pile. I don't.
Hi Alex, hope you are having a good day.
Bob, how you doing, man? I missed you, dude. Hopefully things are doing well. I feel like, and yes, sorry, I meant with the plate tomorrow. I feel like I do this thing with sweaters where I take out a lot of sweaters. I wear them, but then I kind of just leave them in my room. So, yeah, I like the not clean, not dirty pile. And then sweaters are bulky. So I kind of just like let sweaters pile up. I don't know. My typical thing I do with sweaters. Bless you. Gross. What's up, Manic? How you doing, man? Hey, don't shame my sneezes. Actually, we have enough fluid there anyways. Okay, brush. He doesn't sell them anymore. It was Cherry Top, Gator on Milky Bottom, and Boba Linear Stems. Oh, those are like Franken switches. Yeah, those are tough to do, man. It's tough doing Franken switches over and over and over again. I just ordered a big bulk thing of cherry switches because more people have been asking me to list pre-modified cherry switches on my website. So expect in the next like 30 days, I might do 1 or 2 batches of some cherry switches for you guys. I'm shocked people really are liking the whole pre-loop switches thing. And so far, because I've been very like following up with people for the most part, I'm the people I can't get a hold of, they've messaged us here. Everyone seems like they've been really enjoying it, and like the people who have bought it said it's really good, so that makes me happy too. But yeah, I'm happy. I wonder who's going to be sniping the website this time. Sometimes they go really quick. Sometimes they take a few hours. I feel like when I ping you guys, though, they go quick. Would you recommend Duroc V2 or Neon Stabs for QK60? The Neo Stabs. Either one works for me. I think you may have a better time with the Neo Stabs. Duroc Stabs are not for everyone. I've learned that now. Not everyone likes Duroc Stabs. I think it's just me who thinks they're easy to mod. But apparently, they're like one of the trickier ones. Did you ever try the Gateron raw switches when Gion released them years ago? Yes, I have. Thought they might be worth your while. Yeah, I remember the raw switches. I've used them. And I should say, I don't remember how they feel, but I remember using them. Speaking of switches, I had a few people message me about the mystery switches yesterday. That took a little bit of a closer look. And I gotta say is soon to those people who messaged me. Very, very soon. Wait, why do not people not like them? The Duroc Stabs? People don't... Dude, Marcia. I have gotten so much flack for listing Duroc Stabs on a higher level than some other stabs on my website, because there's like a subgroup of people who just despise the Duroc Stabs. And they think they're the worst thing on the market. And I gotta say, I really don't believe that. I think there are worse stabs with bigger issues. But yeah, there's a multitude of reasons. I feel like if I list them out, it's kind of pointless. But I haven't tried the V3s still, man. Do you like them, Ice? You said amazing in your experience. That's good to hear, though. Amazon has Duroc Stabs for $30. I would not buy parts off Amazon. You know what else was really surprising? How much switches cost from Mouser. Have you guys seen that, by the way? It's highway fucking robbery. Unless I'm reading it wrong, they want almost $2 per switch for cherry switches from Mouser. What the fuck? $2 per switch? But they'll sell the cherry stabilizers for bulk pricing. Apiary almost as shocked as when people said they don't like Korean sunscreen. Okay, that one is a wild take. people not liking Korean sunscreen. That is crazy. It's like the best sunscreen. Now that award goes to Wuche V2s. Oh, I was like, worst or best, you mean? Sorry, Skullhead. Do you mind explaining long pulls in stabs and switches? So a long pull switch just means the pole like underneath is longer and it's a shorter actuation difference, so it bottoms out quicker. A long pull stabilizer, oh gosh, you know what? I might be explaining this wrong, but I believe the stem is longer on the long pull stabilizer. And I think what that does is it compensates for the shorter actuation difference of the switch. Not that I've ever needed to use a long pull stab. I've never had a problem using a long pull switch with regular stabs. I think it's very situational. But again, I've never in any of my personal builds, and I use lots of long pull switches, have ever had to use one. Alex, I can give you Korean sunscreen. Burbs. God, it's been a while, Burbs. How are things? How are things, Burbs? Trying to compensate with their long pull AO pause, huh? I always wondered how is long pull stabs work since not all long pulls have the same travel distance. I think it's just like a slightly taller stem. Honestly though, like I said, never needed one, so beats me. Have you tried Gateron Lucio? Oh, God, why am I always struggling to pronounce this particular switch? Lucio Lass? Fuck me, dude. Whatever. Have you tried the Gateron Lucio switches? I've tried Sea Glass, never those other ones though. The Sea Glasses are interesting. Whatever, man. I don't want to. I give up trying to say it. I'm curious, Alex. Do you struggle to keep your PCB and other items as clean from stray lube? Kavu. Listen, I'm laughing not because of what you. It is well because of what you said, but I'm just picturing like lube just getting everywhere. And can I ask you to clarify a little bit? Sorry, the visual for that was like me just like dumping lube everywhere, and I was laughing at myself. But yeah, that was almost as bad as you pronouncing it. Okay, you know what? I don't give up. It sounds like a Pokemon. Not gonna lie, it kind of does, right? Hey Alex, a bit late to stream, but how's the key called Zero? Were you planning on doing the aluminum top build after? I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning. So tomorrow after the launch. So if you guys are curious about how the aluminum top will sound with some of the other plate pieces as well as the aluminum plate, I will be doing it tomorrow, probably around 11 o'clock, like a.m. So it's going to be an early stream if you guys are curious. I know that it's going to be after launch. I'm even thinking about doing it like 10:30. It could even be sooner. It could be even like 10:15. But if you guys are curious, I will be doing it around then. I wanted to do it today, but honestly, I felt a little bit rushed today with some other stuff I was doing, and then I wanted to take a little bit of a break before stream just because I didn't want to feel like very burnt out for this. So I decided to just do it tomorrow. Like I said, it was either today or tomorrow. So when you install stab stray lube kits on it, how do you clean those off? Oh, it's inevitable. Like you're not going to avoid that. It's going to happen. Some isopropyl alcohol can remove some of that lube stain, but it's not going to be 100% of it. Never will be, unfortunately. Yeah, what Cheeseman just said. So, chat, I'm ripping my Blu-ray collection. Oh, I thought you meant like ripping. I was like, what the hell? You mean ripping onto your computer? Holy crap, it takes so long to rip each disc and then transcode them. This project is going to take me months, if not a year. Do you have a lot of Blu-rays? My family never got into Blu-rays. So we just skipped, like that was, oddly enough, a whole piece of tech that we just skipped over. We had some DVDs, and we kind of just stuck the DVDs and never did Blu-rays. If anything, there may be one Blu-ray movie that we had because I think my brother bought a PlayStation at one point, but we never did Blu-rays. Actually, yeah, did we ever do Blu-rays? No, I don't think we did. I did attempt to buy a 3D TV once, and I got scammed by the salesperson at the what was Future Shop back in the day, which is basically the exact same thing as Best Buy. I got scammed. That was my one time in my life that I feel like I actually got ripped off. The salesperson sailed me. Can you recommend me some keyboard streamers? I'm fairly new to the hobby, and there aren't many of you. I know. It's sad these days. Apiary, Marcia, she's in chat right now. I don't know if she still is actually. But Apiary keyboards, Lightning keyboards, XXW, so Zinzin Wang, she's also great. Who else is very consistent? I'm just trying to pick like the super consistent ones. Jay's also a vendor, so you could watch Jay. No, Tim doesn't stream no more. Fuck Tim. Kim Lin Win is also good. Bull has been streaming, and there's some other people who stream occasionally as well. I would say just kind of like lurk in the. Geo, does Geo stream consistently anymore though? I don't know. I haven't really caught Geo's stream in a while, but yes, Geo technically streams. Just lurk in Makers and Crafting. You'll see who's on. Oh, there's also some. I mean, if you're into it, there's some excellent Spanish streamers. Yuri FT, like Yuri is amazing as well. So, but you have to go on for different times for those Marshmallow streams. You're right, yeah. Love Yuri. I think if you're able to catch his streams, he's like legitimately one of my faves, and he's such a good personality too. Hold on, I missed a whole bunch. Simon too. Simon, actually, I think I was lurking in Simon's stream for a little bit this morning. He was building a Neo, I think. Actually, I was surprised. I think he liked it. Laugh my ass off at Tim. Tim should really stream Tarkov. He's actually really good at Tarkov. Actually, me and him should both stream it. Simon liked the board? Yeah, I think. I didn't watch his full last take on it because I had to go. But I think he ended up liking the Neo 60. I don't know if he did the CU though. I don't know what he built. I really don't know. Tarkov is so saturated though on Twitch. It is. Dude, all the games are. I feel like if you wanted to become a game streamer, it's very tough to break out of that space. Simon, very positive person now that he's in the back in the US. Is he actually? Okay, so I should tune into Simon more often now. Did he actually move back now? Because his stream space looked different. I just wasn't too sure. I didn't want to ask. I didn't feel like hitting the sore spot if that was going to affect him or nothing. He's actually gotten so chill since moving back to Minnesota. Serious? Yeah. When are you and Simon reviewing Geekhack ICs? I can talk to him. See if he wants to do another fun collab stream soon. I'm streaming consistently. What does MWF mean? I don't know what that means. Monday, Wednesday. Oh, okay. You're literally just talking about days of the week. I was thinking it was a short form for something like part of the sentence. Gosh, I'm getting old. Too old now. Let's put this back. Has CG been consistent? Like, there's a lot of amazing streamers. But I feel like, in terms of consistent ones, not for lack of them doing anything wrong, but... Okay, I don't know if we need this. Let's see. Let's build this first, and then we'll get to that. Alex vendor list, but for streamers when? Someone did that at one point. There was like a streamer list in like regional thing, but I think that's been like abandoned for a while. It's been abandoned for a hot minute, I think. CG has been really consistent lately. Okay, CG Buen as well. Geo wants to co-stream builds, Oku builds. Well, unfortunately, I didn't get an Oku as much as I really, really wanted one. I was supposed to, but I think I think he got a little bit busy Mr. Ryan there. I think you got a little busy and forgot mine. Well, I had asked if I could. So, keyboard content is so hard to be consistent about unless you have a constant stream of boards. Would have to supplement with other content. Yeah, I mean, back in the day, my original content was like rebuilding my own boards over and over and over and over again, and then lube streams were a really big one for me. I'd love to actually do more of those because I actually like lubing switches and chatting. It's just, I'm very blessed that we have a lot of boards to do. But yeah, lube streams are really fun, and I feel like they're a little bit more personal too because you don't have to really like sit there and review a board and stuff like that. So, where are the screws for this? Where did I stick that? Did I put that back in the box already? I think I did. It's chill to chat and lube. It is. It really, really is. Conan, thank you so much for gifting
gifted
this
a tier 1 sub to way too lucky 1121. They have given
dude.
3 gift subs in the channel.
Loki, my fave streams as well. Yeah, I find when Marcia does her loop streams, you get like, not the spiciest takes, but Marcia always has a really good conversation rolling in the stream. So, maybe it is spicy takes. Maybe it is. Thank you again, Conan. I really appreciate that, man. I've been trying to do 1 build stream a week and then 2 loop streams. Don't feel pressed if you can't do more than 1 build like a week. But I really like keyboard streams. I know they're kind of like a dying thing these days, I feel. It's kind of a bummer to say that, but I really feel like live streaming tech stuff for me is far superior to tech YouTube videos, especially when you're buying something a little bit more in depth like this.
Hyperblowfish gifted a tier 1 sub to the Manic Geek. They have given 108 gift subs in the channel.
Oh, I think this stab fell apart. Oh shit. This housing just broke. Look what happened. So we're gonna have to replace this housing over here. Well, Stabies, I'm not sure what's going on with that one there. Well, good thing we're seeing this now. And not after we, assemble it all, then put the cap on. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. Good thing we have extras as well. Damn. That's a first I've ever seen. Time for split backs. No, we have more. Very, very interesting. Alright, let's just put this one here aside. I guess we can just throw that out. It's kind of garbage now. Let's put these back. I got my Leica rollback. Did it turn out good? I don't know if I'll be playing games tonight, Boney. I have a little bit more work to do. If I do, though, I'm gonna hit you up because I wanna gear up. I want to do labs soon. I'm like, I got myself pumped up for that today. I think actually you got me more pumped up for that, but I lubed an extra stab by mistake in my last build, and my cat stole it and hit it. Oh my god, how does it? Wait, dude, I wonder where on earth that's even gonna be. That is funny, man. A gross hairy Neo stab? Oh gosh. Oh, you told me about that, Dane. That's right. Do you find the shooting experience a bit different now? Using the Leica? I sent my old Olympus to MPB, but FedEx lost it? Stop. Are they reimbursing you for that? That is absolutely nuts. I'm actually shattered. Damn, dude. I'm kind of back on my camera kick these days again. I've been, my gear kick. I've been looking up stuff that I kind of would love to soon possibly get for my studio area here. I was thinking about getting one more strobe light to do some interesting lighting things. I'm not in a rush to get it or anything, but I thought it could be cool to do a few more strobes. Gearhead Alex redo? No, not in the sense of spending a lot of money. I don't really need any lenses or anything. Oh, I actually did buy one camera part. It hasn't come in yet though. It is a tube extender for my Hasselblad. That is so I can do some macro shots. The one thing I will say about the Hasselblad, including the Leica, is they have really, like, the minimum focal distance on them is kind of meh. So that is like my one complaint, I guess. Let's do this now. I'm pretty upset about it, not gonna lie. I would be upset about it too, man. It's really unique. I think I want a 50 for it. Dude, you want my honest opinion? Get the Voigtlander one. The Voigtlander 50 is really nice. One of my favorite lenses for my Leica camera is my Voigtlander 75. Like, it is genuinely the thing that probably sees the most action on it. The X106. So lenses are never a thought. Yeah, dude. The point and shoots are amazing for that. Like, I call it a point and shoot, but the Ricoh is also really good. Damn, the Ricoh is really, really good, so. Okay, we're gonna also attempt to put a Milmax on this afterwards. Hydrate, give me 1 second, Zane. Also, what's up, dude? I have a Voight picked out, the 2.2. Yeah, Voigtlander makes really good stuff. Look what the shark dragged in. What's up, dude? After the stabs, sound good. Remind me if I forget, but I probably won't because I am thirsty today. Minimum focus on Leica is ass. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But yeah, I want some more lights. I don't know. Been thinking about that. Interchangeable lenses are so needed for keyboard streaming. Yeah. I don't know. There's a few things I would like to do with the face cam. I don't exactly love my backdrop here. I don't know what I want to do. I still don't know what I want to do. I would love to make shelving or something for this so I can have like keyboards in the back. But I really don't know. I'm thinking about actually opening up the lens a little bit more so it's more blurry back there, but I don't know. We'll see. Center face down camera. For which? Oh, for this one you mean? This thing makes me want to sell the 6 for an M10 or something, but the ZF is still catching my eye. Dane, I will say this to you with the utmost caution. The M10 and M11, if you already have a Leica camera for the film, the digital versions of the Leica, as much as I adore mine, and it's one of my dream cameras, if I had to pick something right now to use, I'd probably pick something a little bit more like, you have the X100. I would just stick with that. Like, it is, having a smaller camera is just so much more useful in so many situations. It's something I sometimes overlook because I have heavier gear, and sometimes I forget how nice having light gear is. So there's no problem if you forget, Alex. Time is a bitch and age catches up with everyone. Are you saying I'm old? For hobbyists? Dude, crop sensor is more than enough for hobbyists. Absolutely. Absolutely. The X100 has been such a convenient camera for me. I throw it in a bag on my shoulder and just take it out everywhere. Do you have a strap for it? Did you buy a strap? That comment hurt me. What the fuck? Hurt me too, Marcia, but I'm just hiding it. I'm just trying to not show the pain right now. That's all, Marcia. Okay, let's get the plate out. Let's do this. Little PP plate action. Excellent. And then our switches. So these are the Bison Raws. And then there's a little thing here. Do you want me to use the Catman's raw or stock rather? 2 switch lubes are overlubed marked with black. Okay, so we won't use the 2 overlubed ones. Let me see. Let me see if these are good or not. You know, I like Peak Design, but I will say, oh, these sound really good. Peak Design is way too expensive these days. I saw what Peak Design made like a little luggage thing. Bro, Peak Design, highway robbery with some of their stuff. It's just all right, their Peak Design stuff. It's like, there are some, like if you want to spend some money to get some better quality stuff, then sure. Peak Design is great for that. But there are some in the middle brands that do 95% of the job, you know? So nice.
Alex
builds.
like them raw confirmed. Hope you're doing well.
Excuse me? I'm doing super well. Oh, this is for the spacebar. Actually, let's try to min-max this. I have my doubts, but we shall see. Oh, no, we're good. We are super good. This was very well desoldered. Or actually, am I using this one here? I think I'm using this one here. Cool. Oof. Do you think GMK Honor goes well with the Neo 65 Retro White? Yeah, dude. The thing is, when you go with a very neutral board like that, you're good to use whatever you want. So I think it'll look great. I've never had a mil-maxed spacebar. Mil-maxed spacebars are like one of my favorite things. They are just so handy to have. I think I'm going to use the plate fork for this. I feel like it'll be easier. I use a black Ember Forge as an everyday... I've never heard about that one. I would love to make I have an idea for camera straps. I would love to make a reality one day. Can you send me a few sockets to do it on my key cult? Wait, what happened? Can you send me a few sockets to do it on my key cult? Probably would be more expensive for me to ship it than for you to just buy it in the area. Why are we not mil-maxing space? Wait, what? I did mil-max the spacebar. Thanks, Alex approved? No. You're the mastermind behind the colors. Or, I mean, why do people not? Yeah, I think mil-maxing the spacebar is such a good thing. Sorry for the heart attack. I looked down and I was like, what, did I miss the switch or something? We love a little gaslighting? Oh, please. You're right. You will have to come visit and deliver them in person. That way we can make your desk as well. You know what I have a feeling? I have a feeling Way Too Lucky. One day, if I ever get to go down and build a desk with him, we're going to build a desk. And then by the time it gets to me, I have a feeling like Way Too Lucky is going to somehow warp the desk. And it's going to be ever so slightly. And then one day he's going to be like, Alex, by the way, use a marble on the desk right now. And it's going to go right to the center, and I'm just going to facepalm. And then he's just going to be like, bent desk. You're the one who warps the desks? See, I'm being gaslit right now, dude. He's pre-gaslighting me. He's telling me ahead of time that it's my fault. Crazy, bro. You're gaslighting yourself? Honestly? You never know. Gaslit live on TV. Also, I have to be careful to not grab one of those ones with the sapphire marker on it. They're more twisted. Oh, I guess these are here. More twisted than a pretzel. Ooh, a pretzel sounds real good right now, but in particular, malt pretzels. I had one in like a year. Actually, speaking of, you said Star Warps. I was actually looking into a Disney trip, and yo, dude, if you want to stay in the resort, so one of the resorts I looked at, if I want like 6 or 7 days, so I actually did the conversion for pricing, and this is not including tax, but let me give you guys an estimate of how much it would cost. So one of the hotels was like, or I guess resort stays was like $3,700 USD. And, you know, I don't always think of the conversion right away. And I'm like, I guess that's like fair, I suppose, for staying in the resort. And then I did the conversion, and the conversion ended up being $5,300 Canadian. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things that's like, damn. The flight's not as expensive as it once was. Like, I feel like the flight the last time I checked, it was pretty pricey. But, probably get you a good deal. Honestly, I might have to hit you up on that soon. Just because I'd like to see the pricing before I commit to anything. They're expensive and the lines are killer. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of would love to do something like that, but $5,000 for one trip is nuts. It's not even across the planet. Yeah. Yeah, like if it was 3,700 Canadian, I'd be like, all right. But adding like what, an extra almost 2,000 on top of that is like fuck, because it doesn't even include food. You know, that is one thing I do want to go to. One of the national parks. What's the national park again? I think I always ask you guys this. With those giant trees. Also, I really like Disney stuff, so, you know, I do have a soft spot for that. So, Redwoods, the giant sequoia trees, yeah. Is that the park? Is it the Redwood Park or whatever? I want to go there so badly. But I feel like that would probably be a short trip. I don't know how I'd make that like a really long trip. You think I'm lying to you? Wait, what? Oh, never said so. But there's redwood trees and sequoia trees, right? That's where they filmed Endor for Star Wars? Actually, I didn't know that. Redwoods are NorCal, and yes, you do want to go there really bad. It looks so cool. Come to Southeast Asia. Also, something I want to do soon too. And also I want to do Europe or something. Is it pronounced? How do you pronounce that one there? Sequoia? Is where the redwoods are, I'm pretty sure. Crater Lake is also a good trip to do in Oregon. Yeah. I also would love to go to Banff again. Banff ended up not being a really expensive trip. And I would love to do that again. I think that would be super fun. I want to buy space under Alex's to escape from the US. Also, wine country is fun in Sonoma and Napa. Wine country. Interesting. I'm guessing that's like wine stuff. Is that why it's called that? Sonoma. Did I not say that? I thought I did say that. Oh, did I say Sonoma? It's vineyards? Or vineyards, yeah. How much would it be to Milmax a Galaxy PCB? Like, how much would I charge? The Galaxy PCB is a TKL? Am I correct on that? Is a TKL for that one? How much would I charge for that? I think my rate normally would be about $90 US. I also include the sockets for that price too. We struggling with words today? I'm on the tail end of my headache going completely away. Leave me alone. You know what? Plus, I'm still learning English, okay? I'm not quite there, okay? Still in that process of learning. Charge more for your services and you could go to Disney right quick. I charge $5,307. No, it's... Yeah, Ziegler. Then it would probably be around $90 US for my for the service. And again, I include sockets on that. This is the Cork Mat, yes, from NK. Tariff's about to be charging more for our services to him. I don't know how it's going to work. I really don't. We'll see. I don't think it's going to affect me none, but we'll see. I'm down for Alex to charge $5,000 for lubing one Switch. One day. One day I'll strike gold like that. One day. I'm still waiting to get a sonnet for you to build. Ooh, a sonnet build would be real nice. I think actually I have a sonnet build coming up for another client as well. I do like my sonnet. That's the Norbauer lubing service. It's bespoke, okay, guys? It's bespoke. I write a story with every switch that I lube for $5,000, okay? I write you a full page of just thoughts and the thoughts that were going through my head as I lubed the switch. Someone's gonna actually pay me for that service and get a blank page and be like, I thought of nothing, to be honest. How much for one date with you? Bro, I'll pay for the coffee. Don't even bother. Don't try to persuade me that way. I just got everything to build an Envoy based on your content over it. Hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it too. What color did you end up getting? I think I did, and there has been one person who sent one in, but I don't want to like expose what they're going to be doing yet. So they're making it a fun build though. Okay, we are good here, and it's excited for that one. All right, was hoping for it. I know, dude. See my last comment. I really would be curious if you considered it. Let me see. Hold on one second. I think that'd be more valuable to run a membership on your website, extra articles and exclusive streams, discount on services. Oh, okay. Long story short, I actually thought of something like that, and I sort of ran something like that on Patreon for a while. The problem was, I understand the logistics behind it, but as a person doing content, right? Like, I'm only an individual with a finite amount of time. I did find myself struggling to find the time to do both the same amount of content for everyone that I normally do, and then also finding the time to write extra things for the people who subscribe. So unfortunately, it came to a point where I had to close that down because I felt like I wasn't contributing enough to one side, which it ended up being that I felt like my regular content was suffering. So I ended up closing that down, but it's not something that's out of the realm of impossible. What I really wanted to do, but I'm not eligible for it, as with most things, because I'm Canadian and they don't like Canadians, is I can't use Discord memberships. That's one thing I was hoping to do. I respect that you're not using ChatGPT for your written content. Well, here's the thing, right, Jessica? I can't. Like, even if I wanted to, which, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've just tested it to see if I could. There's nothing that ChatGPT knows about the keyboards. Like, for example, if we get a new keyboard in, and I say, write me an article about the Key Cult Zero, it will know nothing about it. It might just write some, like, random blurb about... yeah, it's a cat mint on there. It might write, like, a random blurb about Key Cult boards, but... It won't write the details that I can pick up. So what I honestly do find ChatGPT useful for, though, is grammar. I find it's actually more accurate at fixing my grammar than I used to use Grammarly, but I do use it once in a blue moon for actually fixing grammar in sentences. So, and then I you know what I found too is because I use that to fix my grammar, I end up writing better because then I'm like, that's how that works. So yeah, it's been like a weirdly interesting tool for the basics like that. But outside of that, I don't really use it much. It's kind of lackluster in every other sense for what we do here in keyboards. So, all right, let's get this out. Yeah, it's great. It's great for grammar. I'm not gonna sit here and like say that I don't use it for grammar. I do. The Canadianisms into something Americans. No, honestly, it actually doesn't. Unless you specifically tell it to fix like things to be less of like a Canadian article, it actually just automatically just chooses to go to like more US spelling of things. I've noticed. Like, you know how I spell favorite with a U? If I ever run something through ChatGPT or any of them, it kind of just like defaults into going to like the American way to write it. So The right way? Goddamn, bro. Absolutely crazy. Alright, let's start getting this all done here. Fair play, def helps with grammar. Grammar's hard at times. Yeah. Especially for me. But no, you literally, like, even if I wanted to, you can't use it for articles. Plus, okay, quick last thing about it is, if I'm, like, the thing which I don't understand, because I have people that I know who just strictly use ChatGPT for everything now, or just some sort of AI system, including writing articles. Like, I have friends who write for friends, I should say acquaintances, because I'm not really friends with them, but I have people that I know and acquaintances that write for news outlets who do, you know, those like top 10 articles? The reason why they can pump out so many more of them these days is because they're just using ChatGPT. And then they just format it into the website. So those are like something I've noticed for a while, that people are just using AI to write. And then they litter them with affiliate codes. And then they present it to you as some sort of, like, you know, properly done top 10 article. So, I mean, if you use it for the right reasons, you end up kind of learning things. Like I mentioned, I kind of use it for grammar, and I feel like it's actually helped me a little bit with some of the grammar that I normally use. Oh, it's still warming up. It's taking forever today. Dude, the top 10 articles I've seen on other websites are crazy filled with ads. Or you know what? Let's double check our stats here. And does everything look good, by the way? I use it for relationship advice. Wonder why I'm single. What does it tell you? Oh, I'm curious now. Fixing grammar is fine. It's just when you start using it to come up with things, like the whole cloth. Yeah, exactly. HE raids and EC navies? No, I've never got those sent out to me. Holy crap, it's foggy out tonight? Really? Honestly, if the weather was nicer, tonight would be a perfect night to go sit down, like, in a park or something like that. I prefer Reddit for my relationship advice. You find it's good, Marcia? Using Reddit? That freaking hurt me. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today we will be going over top 10. Oh gosh. I do find a lot of those top 10 articles are very, like, grifter feeling. Like, it's very just, like, using the most generic top, like, they just look at what's the top sellers on Amazon and say, this is our top 10 list. Not all of them, but most of them feel very, like, lazily thrown together. Alex, have you ever had a keyboard that you liked so much you didn't want to touch at all? Just marvel at its beauty? Yes! The Alex 40, up until recently, I just wanted to keep on a shelf, which, by the way, it's on a shelf right now. Yeah, that's one of the boards that I felt like are too pretty for me to touch. Can you powder coat an aluminum keyboard? Okay, I might be wrong on this, but I believe the answer is, like, yes and no. The reason why I'm saying yes and no is because I believe powder coating a keyboard that's already done, unless you're, like, stripping it of whatever coating it has then, you may fool around with tolerances too much, and you may have problems closing pieces. I could be wrong, but I do believe powder coating does add a layer of thickness to the keyboard. But yes, I believe, like, just what Lamp said, you have to strip it first. You can't just, like, powder coat on top of it. And even then, you may still run into some issues, depending on who's doing it. So, yes and no. I got a GMK Pro powder coat it back in, like, 2021. I feel like a lot of people got the GMK Pro to powder coat it, which is so funny. You know? Marcia said she was going to do a video on how to strip Ano. Actually? You gotta find a good powder coater, which is sometimes hard. Yes. Sometimes it is very difficult. I think Badsy did Joshua Valor's GMK Pro with powder coat, and he rarely uses it anymore. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? When you're doing boards like that for people, not for like content creators or anything, just in general, like sometimes what happens is the marvel of the keyboard kind of falls off, and maybe you just don't use it much as you used to, type thing. So I love my Susei 65 too much to get a new key. The Susei is too nice. It is a great board. I don't like this one. I got a Boulder 65 and was so stoked, but there's so much space between the case and PCB that wobbles like crazy when I type. Huh. So I tried the fix for that, and I didn't notice that problem. So did you get the new O-ring for it? Because there was a replacement O-ring, I believe, right? Because I think Angel announced there was some sort of like manufacturing issue that they went through. Who can we use for Cerakote nowadays? Honestly, locally, you probably have to find someone. Unfortunately, all the businesses who are doing Cerakoting somehow ended up not doing well for themselves, which is just crazy to me. But yeah, the thing with using local firearm shops is you gotta be careful, because not all of them care about the same standards that we do in the keyboard community. Because for firearms owners, I'm not saying they have, you know, poor quality, like it's not that they're poor quality, it's just they don't have this the insane, like, oh, there's a small little, you know, nick over here, can you please redo it all, as we have. They might tell you to kick rocks. Yeah, they're not as meticulous is a great answer for that. Yeah, I know, Mr. Pooter. I know. It's utility over function? Yeah. Redma, what's up, dude? It's because they know people abuse their firearms. I.e. me. Yeah, people do kind of like throw their stuff around, so. I told my guy for this pin, Sangos, before he even looked at it, about high standards of keyboards community, and he agreed. I told him it has to be absolute flaws, and he did his best to accommodate. He did a really good job, Skullhead. I think you picked a really good person to do this, because this looks very good. How about you abuse me instead? Huh? Insta, you're a mod. Just rebuilt my Molly 60, had crappy switches in it, what I had on hand. New switches arrived, and she sounds so much better. Absolutely love that for you, dude. What'd you end up building with? What were the new switches? What's up, party people? What's up, Snick Rep? B2Us. Okay. Very nice. Also, guys, random thought that just reminded me of. I'm considering getting one more coffee thing. Not that I'm gonna get back into coffee at all, but I really want a mocha pot. And I'm considering they're not expensive, which is fantastic, but I'm really considering grabbing one. And they're small, so. Apiary, yes. Do it. Coffee thing, you say? Yes, indeed, I like one. How are people feeling about the new 9070 NXT, or the new graphics card? Is that what you're referring to? Let me tell you, I do not follow. I gave up with computer parts years ago. All right, computer parts. After everyone started scalping those things, I just said, fuck it, dude. I am not going to deal with this anymore. And I stopped dealing with it. And I have to admit, not giving a shit about computer parts was probably the best thing I've ever done. Now what I do is I'll just buy one generation behind. With the exception of the graphics card I got this time around, because when I was looking to replace my dead graphics card, I was like, oh, they have a 4070 Super in stock at Best Buy. But I got it after like the craze for 4070 stuff. But I just don't care anymore. Like it's crazy. But I hate dealing with scalpers. Like I hate it. It's just it bugs the crap out of me. So maybe it's not like that anymore, but I think that's kind of where I'm at with PC parts at this point here. So I am a Mac guy. Like I do like my Mac computers, but I also like my Windows computers too. You know, I like building my own PC. It's really fun to me. I gave up on gaming rigs when I realized that I stopped gaming and I just listened to music in YouTube and Microsoft Office. So I gave away my gaming rig and got a Mac Mini M4. Dude, speaking of the M4 chip, did you see, Colonel, that they have the M4 Mac Studios they just announced? I want to pre-order one so bad and trade in my computer. I'm going to see how much this ends up costing me, but I really, 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 really want to get a new M4 because shooting with the Hasselblad, the files are quite large, and I do notice that, you know, the M1 chip is really powerful. I'm so impressed with it, and it still is really good with everything. But, yeah, I got to admit, sometimes it does kind of struggle with the Hasselblad files a little bit, so... How is the M4 Max lower tier than the M3 Ultra? I don't know. I have to look into all that stuff, but I might pick one of them up. I also have no storage space. For which one? Sorry? For which one? Your gaming computer? Oh, there's more you wrote here. I'm debating getting a new PC for a few reasons. My PC is like 8 years old. Dude, 8 years old in PC time is... I'm astounded by that. That's still running really well too. It's great too. Height came out with the new Persona 3 PC case and it looks sick. I saw that as well. It was really cool. Height makes really cool cases. I have that like fish tank case that they have. Alex, when are you giving me that OP1 4K? Have you used one yet, Oak1? I'm still rocking a 3700X. Honestly, good on you, man. I don't think I'm upgrading computer parts for a long time. No, I'm not trying to buy more mice. I don't blame you. I used the OP1 not my fave shape. That's fair. Shape does matter in the mice, too. Kind of have to find what works for you personally. The Y6, I think that's the one I have. Dude, it's so nice. It's so nice. I think I spit a little bit, but it's so nice. I love the height stuff. Dude, I also really like their small form factor PC. It's really pretty. Case Buddies? Do you have the same one? I want the XM2W 4K. Oh, I have not looked at that one there yet. Is it good? Alex, I finally soldered my first PCB thanks to your guide on your website. Did you actually find it helpful, Duty? I hope it was good. I tried to make it quick and to the point, and just, you know, generally useful for all that stuff. 100%. Thanks, man. I appreciate the kind words. We built it together before we parted ways. Do you mean for... Oh my god. What was the brand called, Marcia? I don't remember now. Jesus. My brain's not working. iBuyPower, that's what it was, yeah. Oh yeah, you did do it. Was it live on stream you did it too, right? Like at one of the events? There are games that just sort of get corrupt over time for some reason. Oh, on hard drives? Yeah, I gave up using like the mechanical hard drives. I just use solid state stuff, or VM2 slots now. NVMEs. They're so cheap nowadays. I was going in worried to mess things up, but I would just go back to your guide when in doubt, and it was smooth sailing after like 10 switches. Dude, I shit you not. Once you get in the flow of like 5 or 6 switches, it's so easy. I use a mechanical hard drive on my NAS, but NVMe is for everything else. Yeah. I mean, the hard drives are still super cheap now, so... Who did that? Starstruck Kitty, thank you so much for a tier 1 for 5 months. Thank you, thank you. Almost done here, guys. Oh, damn, the M4 Mac, M4 Max Mac Studio looks good. I know, I really want to get one. Are you looking to upgrade too, Nash? Alex is gaslighting chat that lubing switches is anything but a miserable experience. Listen, I watch TV and YouTube videos and like movies while I lube switches. So for me, I think I've mentally conditioned myself to be like, oh, it's movie time. And then I just fucking lube switches. I just mentally conditioned it to be like, not bad. Mac Studio M4 Max looks dope even at base config, but I genuinely have zero issues with the Mac Mini M4. The only reason I didn't go for a Mac Mini M4, hear me out, is because I need the slots. That is it. Or else I would have gotten a Mac Mini M4. Like, it was such a good price and everything. Hell, to this day, I'm still kind of like, can I make it work? But I can't. So, I'm probably going to go with the Studio. I love lubing switches. It's the most fun I've had since getting a root canal. My guy. Let me lube my hands, or lube my hands. Let me wash my hands really quick. Or lube them, whatever. Hey, yo? You know lubing switches was far worse than a root canal? Damn. You guys are pretty mean to lubing switches. Alex being sussy during stream, how the tables have turned? Or how the turntables? I'm not kidding. Oh, wow. Look at this. Skull already didn't put the tabs at the bottom. That is a W. That is a huge, huge W. All right, let's just slot this in nicely. Okay, let's see if... I don't think this will need foam or anything to start, but... that just means they'll pay you to do it, right, chat? You know, Marcia, I don't get a whole hell of a lot of switch lubing commissions. I think in the last year I've probably gotten like 8. What I get more of is mil-maxing, believe it or not. That's like probably the #1 thing for commissions for me. Other than keyboard builds, it's mil-maxing. But yeah, I don't get a whole lot of switch lubing. At one point it was crazy. Like I think 2 years ago I got a lot of requests for it and I didn't always take those on. Yeah, for sure, Skullhead. Let's do that right now. Do you want it like here? Okay. Can I use a gold marker? Because I think the gold is my most full. Where's my mouse? How much? Ooh, hold on a second. How much for you to do some MX blacks for me? Depends on what you need done, but the rate goes anywhere from, I think I have it set to 70 cents to $1.10 per switch. But if you're being serious, you can just inquire on the web, inquire via an email, and I can give you a better quote. Did Skull respond? That works. Okay, over here. Sounds good. Also, let me make sure I did everything else right on your build here. 1 second. Step caps, full backspace. Okay, I think we're in the clear for doing everything correct. I think. You never know these days. Okay, let's sign this. Autographed Cerakote Sangeo, take that bad boy to KeyCon. KeyCon? Oh gosh, my hand's a little tough to do over here. Alexotos. It's an X, dude, but you guys can look at it and make it a Y. It's fine. It's a cute signature. Thanks, man. Bro, your signature is amazing. Thanks, dude. Honestly, the gold marker looks pretty good in this. Whatever, dude. Time to flip on eBay? I wish. I'd be loaded right now. Flipping my own stuff. The most I've ever done? Oh man, I had a client once request 250 switches, and then I didn't... Oh.
Thanks again for taking this on.
Oh,
did you get the Gundam
Skull.
in the box too, or did customs get to it? Don't feel obligated to build it. Just spreading hobby love from one to another.
I was going to show everyone after the stream was done, but I sent you an email about it. Liquid Skull also put in, thank you so much for the dono, bro. Appreciate that, man. Liquid Skull also sent me. We'll build this. Maybe when we have a hot swap board, we'll put this together. Yeah, it's a no glue one. It's like a pretty simple one. Honestly, I don't think I have the tools to even do one that's like glue and stuff, but it's nice, right? It's so kind. I have a spot on my shelf for this too, because I don't really have a lot of stuff on the shelves right now. Honestly, one of the shelves I've kind of turned into a junk shelf, but I don't want to do that. I want to take it off and not make it a junk shelf. So nice of Skull, man. Thank you again, man. I really appreciate the love, bro. Also, the sticker is so fucking cool. Oh, no. The stickers, I actually didn't know they were in the box until literally 2 seconds before stream. What browser am I using? Chrome. Yeah, I tried other browsers. I always started with them and then I ended up stopping with them. Safari is really good. I just haven't made the switch, man. I haven't made the switch. Arc best browser? Didn't they like discontinue Arc or something like that? Arc mentioned? I thought they did. AOL? Arc is discontinued? Yeah, Arc I tried using and I was enjoying it, but then I just had some issues with it, so I stopped using it for a bit and then never came back to it. Zen is based? Oh. It's so nice on Mac. I don't know. Honestly, I used to kind of being into like getting the cutting edge browser, but Safari is probably the next one up that I would use the most. Because I actually do use Safari for things, but Chrome still feels clunky. I still have issues with Chrome every now and then. Safari's always been a good backup like brand for me, I guess, but is Zen not impacted by that Firefox privacy problem thing? Did something happen with Firefox? Man, dude, Firefox I haven't used in forever as well. Crazy to mention Firefox. All right, and then just to test this, probably should have tested this first. Yeah, we have a hot swap spacebar for you too, Skull. So that's always fun. Now you can just quickly swap out spacebars if you end up hating this one here at any given time. But let's clean up a little bit, and then let's go from there. Extra screws we don't have to worry about. I'm going to throw out this stab housing here that's broken, because now it's broken. Now, I gotta figure out... Like, Noir, I think, would be my first immediate choice for this. But I also feel like we've been using Noir on, like, 15 builds a week. But Marcia is here today, so we could do Noir. I don't have Civ, unfortunately, Manu. Civ is a set that got away from me. We could do Modern Materials, but I feel like I'd do the Stone Modern Materials if we end up doing that. Noir is amazing, yes. And Marcia, we do need another run of Noir. Just saying. So, yeah, like this. I think if we do the other modern mats, I think that's too much of the same color. Yeah, please talk to Mike about it. I don't know. What do you want to see, Skull? Honored to have Marcy in here too. Goated streamer. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. I don't have Jaime Beige, unfortunately. Also, hi, Sean. What's up, dude? Kikobo Machinist? Do I have that available? I don't think I do. If you guys are cool with it, maybe we can use Modern Material. If we use Noir, I'll have to go and disassemble it off the last keyboard I built, which I'm pretty positive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's in my lineup to take photos, so maybe we don't do that. Yeah, okay, it is. If you guys are cool with it, Modern Matte Stone, we'll do that one there. Like I said, we use Noir, I feel like, on one stream a week at the very least. So Noir is just such a versatile set that I feel like we always use it. Okay, let me go get it. Yeah, I feel like it could be a fun... Actually, let's see before we commit here. I feel like this will be fun. Yeah. It'll be like a very, like, subtle, like, very bright, light keyboard. I feel like it'll be cool. I feel like normally when we get a brighter case, we end up always going for a very contrasty keycap set. So I feel like this will be fun. How silent are silent switches? A silent linear? I actually don't have any silent linear builds on hand right now. Maybe upstairs I do, but they're pretty quiet. You won't hear as much scratch if you go with the silent linear. What switches are these? Bison Raw switches. We are not using mystery switches like we were the other day. Sandstorm would be cool, but I don't have Sandstorm. Womp womp. My bad. Let the board color sing. Is this not... This is neutral enough, no? Unlucky? I know. We'll see if we need to put any of that foam in. Maybe we do. We'll see, though. It's been a while since I've assembled one of these. We can always open it back up. It is a nice keycap set, right? Not neutral enough? Oh, my bad. I'll use more neutral ones next time. Botanical would have looked really good on this too. The Desert Botanical. Hard to agree on that. Nah, I don't think this needs foam on the inside. That is not where that key goes. Yeah, DMG, I don't know. Would DMG look good on this? You know, actually it would have, yeah. Yeah, I feel like DMG kind of would have... This kind of sort of looks sort of like one of those retro white cases that's kind of been left in the sun too long, for sure. Up to you, though. Sometimes this switch makes the hollow less rough, though. We could try. I'll do a few things to see. I'm going to see how we feel about it. So obviously, I want you to have like the best experience with this board, too. But once we get the keycaps on, could be a force break. It could be putting a little bit of extra oomph on the bottom, but I don't think I'm hearing a lot of like metal resonance, like bouncing up from the bottom of the case that's distracting, but we'll see once we put everything on here. It does, the alphas do sound good already. The alphas do look good. Mudbeam. I also don't have that set, unfortunately, guys. I really wish I had all these things for you, but unfortunately I don't. All right, sounds real good already. Oh my, starting to sweat a little bit right now. Oh, dude, extend it. Winkler also was a great suggestion for this too, Snick Wrap. I need to grab Winkler. Winkler is a nice set. All right, short shift. Where the fuck is it? Okay, we'll use the arrow keys first. You don't have every GMK set ever released? Dude, Boho's is such a good set, Skull. I need to grab that set, dude. Oh, there's so many keycap sets that I wish I had in my collection. Yeah, I wish I had every keycap set in my collection. And I really do. I'm going to open this up and readjust it because that is sitting a little too close to the bottom for my liking. So I'm going to open this up and, well, unscrew it and then readjust it here because I don't like the way that's sitting. Which is interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting that it's even sitting like that. Let's just grab the page up and page down. A chocolatier set? Aren't they rerunning that? I thought they were. At least I thought someone was. Alignment was always a downside. Was it always a problem on this skull head? I don't recall. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've built one of these guys. Nah, I don't think we do accents for this. Although the green's not a bad choice for this one. Alright. It probably was crooked because I didn't push it down all the way. Fuck, the space bar is insane. There is a smidge. Okay, I'm going to try force breaking it ever so slightly before we put foam on the bottom. Or maybe I'll do a little bit of both. But I'm going to open this up before we do like a full typing test on this. Yeah, because there's a little bit of resonance. More than I thought there was. Did you pick up the recent GMK Copper, Alex? I don't think I'm gonna. Just because I had a few options between keycaps. And as much as I liked Copper, there are other ones I want to buy. For example, I still want to pick up Extend It. And there's also Boho, which I think is available on some of the vendors' websites still, which I'd rather pick up. And Copper is, as beautiful as Copper is, it's not my all-time favorite. So, we're going to do a little bit of both. I also have to be a little bit more cautious with my spending sometimes in the keyboard world. Like, today I just ordered so many switches. And like I told you guys, like I've been more into like picking up switches than I have been picking up keyboards. And maybe that's just a byproduct of luckily getting a lot of cool keyboards to play with over the years. But yeah, lately that's been more my thing. Let's grab this one. I always have them next to me here. And let's actually grab scissors. I don't think I've seen you use polyfill in a hot ass minute. Well, technically this board is a little bit older, so it does make sense that we're kind of using it here. Oh god, I'm flinging this everywhere. Okay, let's do like right here. We'll see how this works. Typically I like doing them around where the screws are, but let's do it on these really flat edges along the sides. This keyboard's from ancient times. A little bit, yeah. Hey, get off my desk. Oh, well, I broke one. Oh no, we're good. It's still good. Alright. Let's just try force breaking it on the corners. And now let's get this alignment shifted a little bit. It's still not aligned to my liking here. What's going on? I feel like I can't move this at all. The only thing I can really think of is perhaps this PP plate might need to be filed down a little bit here. Have you built with this PP plate? No, the switch is fine, but you can even tell on the bottom row, like it's sitting really close even over here. My only concern, like when you see the bottom versus the top, it's just ever so slightly thicker here. You said this was a custom plate, right? My only concern is this might be a little bit... It could have also warped during travel, yeah. Here, let me try something. Let's really just readjust this right now. No, I mean... Let me inspect the switch a bit. Did the PP shrink? No, switch is sitting... Yeah, I see the plastic literally touching... Like those little plastic tabs over there. Oh, they're touching the PCB. So there's not much we can really do on that. Let me see here. You said you've built with it before, which is... Yeah, there's not much I can really do there. Let me try something. Well, we might be able to just shimmy the switch up because nothing else is dragging with it. So let me see if I can just... I'm going to reheat my soldering iron. Let me see if I can shimmy the switch up a little bit. Basically what I want to do is kind of angle the switch so it kind of just sits ever so slightly like this. And we'll see if that helps a little bit. So I do this in my lap just because it's easier. Oh, no worries, Skullhead. Part of the job. Because, yeah, there's not much I can really shift this plate. It's a pretty solid plate. Like, it fits directly into where it's supposed to go. Alright. I think that's better. It's not impacting it. Actually, is it? Hold on. A little bit more, I think. Let's do it a little bit more here. Let's do it a bit more. Sangeo stock plate is aluminum. Any other material we need to file down and cut yourself? Yes, that's what this was. It was a aftermarket plate. Let's do this too. Let's grab our switch puller. Drop my keycap. I don't think this is doing a whole hell of a lot because it's not, I don't think it's enough to make a huge difference. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. Let's try to screw it in and just lock this into place. So I'm going to do like this screw for now. Old board is being finicky like an old board. Sorta. Okay, so let's unscrew this just a smidge. Okay, I don't think it's impacting it anymore, but it still is. It still is a little bit closer. Okay, never mind. It's still impacting it a little bit. The only thing I could really think of is it could have warped during transit, which I don't know. I highly doubt that because I don't know. I think what's going on though is for whatever reason it's sitting a little low. Because again, I am seeing like a hairline gap over here, and then this is a little bit thicker. But I almost don't want to blame it on the plate, or sorry, the transit. I think this is just literally the plate being a little bit warped or misconstructed. Maybe is the word. Let's see one more time. Hello. Oh, switch Philip. We're good. Sand down the keycap? Huh? I mean, you know, maybe it is something to do with this plate being a little bit warped. Oh, they're custom gaskets too. I mean, again, I kind of highly doubt it. Maybe the compression? Yeah, it could also be just pushing up a little bit too high, causing the plate not to sit properly. Yeah, unfortunately, unless we switch back to those gaskets, which we don't really have, there's not much I can really do here, Skull. Unless we start cutting down the plate. Which, you know, there's also that, but... Yeah, could also be those custom gaskets, too. Could also cause a little bit of an alignment thing. But let's just assemble it and see how this is for now. Oh, sorry, you're saying they're shorter. I'm not sure. Alright, let's assemble this for now. Might fiddle with it a little bit more, if that's cool with you, Skull. See what else I can think of. Right now, though, the only solution that's really popping in my head is just cutting down the plastic a little bit. Not as bad as before. I know it looks exactly the same, but before was a much louder scraping noise. Now it's just like barely touching it. You can try the short shift from the other keycap set. Maybe it could also be the key. Let's see. Maybe it's the key. Who knows? Nah, still touching it, as you can see. Weird. Yeah, weird. I think my parts are on the way. It'd be interesting comparing my shrimp silent tactiles to my partner's yellow. Oh, dude. This would be so different. Wait, keep that shift. It was kind of cool. Was it? Come on. I'm grabbing the switch. It was cool. Kind of is kind of neat. Definitely looks like a blocker's too tall. Oh, you know what? That's a really good point, too. The blocker could be a little bit tall in this, too. But, I mean, Skull said he's built with this before, so I wouldn't blame it on the keyboard itself. Alright, let's see what this sounds like before we get more into diving deep into the right shift. God damn, the alphas... Okay. Love the spacebar. The SWK spacebar is insane. Maybe we put a little bit more polyfill on this, like ever so slightly, but I also don't know if I want to kill the entire resonance of the board for that. That's crazy nice. Damn, this is insanely soft. No to polyfill? Yeah, I agree. I think the natural resonance is really good. I want to try some different spacebars. Although I'm already extremely happy with the SWK switch here. But that's the cool thing now is we can try different spacebars. Let's see. Let's try a Obscura switch. The softness is making me so happy. It's enjoyable. Like, it's very enjoyable. Okay, I do like the loudness of the SWK switch in this. I feel like it suits the alphas more. Also still a solid spacebar, though. Damn. Sounds really nice. Yeah. Let's try that mystery switch from yesterday, too. Let's try the mystery one. Let's grab one of the lubed ones. Much deeper. I preferred the louder ones for this board. Feel like it just suited the plate and everything more. So we're going to stick with the long pole switches for this. Actually, it makes sense. The rest of the board technically is a lot louder for that, so. Let's stick to that. Good sound, but not paired with these alphas? No. Because this is that switch in this board. Well, okay, hold on a second. So you can see the big difference, right, in just the construction of how the case works for this. That's why different switches work better with different keyboards. And this is the SWK. Very, very nice. Damn, this is like one of the most comfortable Sangeos I have ever typed on. I'm going to do a bit more of tuning of the stabs afterwards too, but I'll give you the Obscura too, because the Obscura was really nice in this, if you wanted to play around with it. Custom split boards? Once in a blue moon. Not always, though. This definitely has the ASS sound signature zing. It's nice and comfortable. Very, very comfortable type. I like that a lot. Very nice. Pocket Nixie? I do have one. Wait, maybe I don't. Oh. The dyed ones? But the dyed ones are a little deeper. That's the problem with the dyed ones. Let's see what the dyed one sounds like. Let's see. Do I have any other ones lying around somewhere? No, I don't. Yeah, the thing with the dyed ones, like I said, they're a little bit deeper. Actually, not on this build. Damn, that sounds real good too. You know, you can have the Nixie as well. Very nice. Very, very nice. We'll leave the Nixie in it. I actually really like it with the Nixie. Damn. A Bison Raw in the spacebar? We have not tried that. You're right, Cosmic. I don't know why the dyed housing makes the spacebar or the dyed ones a little bit deeper sounding. I actually don't know. Maybe it's because it absorbs more stuff into the top housing or something. I really couldn't give you a great answer there. Alright, and this is it with the Bison Raw, so the same as the alphas. Oddly enough, I don't find it like too different from the SWK and Nixie. Maybe just not as much scratch, a little bit thinner if anything. Yeah, I'd say in and around the same. We'll leave the Bison in there for funsies for now. Skull can change it to whatever he prefers. Here's the bottom of the board one more time. Beautiful little shark board here. It's so good looking. It really is. It really, really is. This is the client build. Wasn't there already a Sangeo round 2? Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought there was. But if they did another round, I would be super happy with that. This is the client actually custom Cerakoted this. Oh, there was a 60 and 65. You're right. It wasn't a round 2. It's just a different layout. You're right. Pretty board. Very, very hot looking board. All right. So, little thing before we leave today. First of all, Skull, thanks for trusting me with your board today. I'm going to see what else I can do about that, why the blocker is so high on this. I don't know if there's anything else I can really do. I want to just play around with the positioning a bit more. Yeah, other than, I'm just going to do the stabs and then call it a day with this. I think this is like perfect sound-wise. But some other things really quick before we have to head out. It's because I have to do a bit more work before I can really sign off for the day. No photos today, unfortunately. I know I said I'd do it the other day, but we'll do it tomorrow because tomorrow's a little bit of a lighter stream. So, tomorrow we're doing 2 streams. Tomorrow we're going to be doing 2 streams. One's off the schedule because it's not something that I, planned to do. It is going to be a key cult build with Gatoron Milky Yellows first thing in the morning. In and around 10 o'clock-ish, 10 to 10:30. One of the two. It's a really early morning stream. Then we're going to be doing the news, I believe it's pronounced the Sync from Kibu later on that night. I've already prepped switches for both boards, so we're already good. I think that's really it. I think that's all the announcements I really had. What else did I have to tell you guys? I think that's really it. Oh, and then maybe another batch of switches coming for the weekend. I think that's really about it. Yeah, bye. God, what a good song. Yeah, I think that's really about it, guys. But yeah, always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. It's like I said, it's always very relaxing and I freaking love it. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to start the giveaways this week or next week. I don't think we're going to start it this week. I'm probably going to start doing some giveaways next week starting Monday. I was hoping we can get it this week. I had a feeling we weren't going to just because we had a lot of pop-up stuff come up. But expect like 5 to 10 giveaway boards next week. It's not a whole crap ton compared to the stuff we normally give, but I wanted to run a mini one. And we'll do it maybe a little bit different this time. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. What giveaways? I haven't decided all 10 of the boards. 5 to 10 boards, but we'll see. It'll just be some random stuff. Just some fun giveaways for you guys starting next week. And then I forgot to also tell you guys. The Neo Core, the Neo 60 Core is coming soon as well. I don't know when. It's still in transit, but soon. So hopefully we get to build that as well. All right, let's go find someone to raid though, shall we, guys? Let's go see who is... Tell us things will be okay. I need confirmation. The world's pretty crazy right now, Mr. Pooter. But, listen. If we just stay together, be positive, and let's just be responsible on our own behalfs, we'll get through it together. We don't have to go through it alone, which is the great thing. We have this community. But it'll be good. We'll be together. We'll make the best of it that we can, okay? We really need to be, for real, like locked in. Not just about keyboards, but just about being around each other and being happy around each other. So, for real, though. That's like big true, dude. Alright, let's go raid Marcia. Oh, where'd she go? Here she is. Alrighty. Very, very fun stream. Thank you again, Skull. What a pleasure building your board. Let's go raid. Oh, that is her whole URL. Hold on. I meant to just copy and paste the last piece over here. There we go. Thank you again, Skull. Bye, everybody. I have a few more things, so I'll probably be hanging around, so I'll probably message people in Discord as well. But thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Good to see you guys again, too. So we'll talk very soon. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys, and bye-bye, everyone.